Yo, 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 what is going on, duelists? Welcome back to the channel. Wanted to come at you today with a little bit of a different video, not to fearmonger, but with the release of Blazing Dominion upcoming in the next about 2 weeks, I think we might be seeing our first Tier 0 or very close to it format in Genesys format. Blazing Dominion is going to come out on May 8th, which means that OTS stores get access to it on May 6th, the Wednesday before. So we should get a points update anytime before that, about a week prior. I would say we're due for one here within the next 5 to 6 days. But we'll see. We did one, or they did one for Burst Protocol, and that went pretty well. The only problem is that they only hit or put points on cards in Burst Protocol, if I remember correctly. And that might be a little bit of an issue with Blazing Dominion specifically. Why does that matter so much, you might ask? Well, we're getting a ton of new support in it. Specifically, we're getting some really, really busted support cards for a deck that has already been topping in Genesys format, which is Kewl Tune. One of Kewl Tune's new cards is a main deck monster that reads, if this card on the field would be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials, which is the exact same effect that all the other Kewl Tunes have. And once per turn, you can reveal this card and one other tuner in your hand immediately after it resolves normal summon one tuner. Then, if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can choose one of these effects to activate. The effect that you probably want to activate on your opponent's turn is place one card from your opponent's graveyard on the bottom of their deck, which kind of sort of acts as a pseudo DD Crow / foolish return. But the really, really busted effect is the effect you want to probably activate on your first turn, which is look at your opponent's hand, then you can add one Kewl Tune Speller Trap from your deck to your hand. What an unbelievably custom card. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, it's everything that you could ever want in a card. It's a starter, it's an extender, it's a DD Crow, it's full hand knowledge, literally perfect hand knowledge. You can play around whatever your opponent has. If they have one starter, you know what to hit. The next card we're getting is Phydralis Harmonia. This is a level 7 dragon tuner that reads, when a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, you can reveal this card in your hand and up to 5 synchro monsters in the extra deck. Apply all of these effects in sequence based on the number revealed. Also, it locks you into synchro monsters until the end of the next turn, but that literally doesn't matter because Kewl Tune only plays synchro monsters. So, if you reveal 2, you get to special summon the card, so you get a free level 7 body that is also a tuner. If you reveal 4 or more, you send one revealed synchro monster to the graveyard. Can you think of any good synchro monsters to send? And if you reveal 6, you also destroy one monster your opponent controls. So, think of the possibilities. Let's say your opponent activates a monster effect and you chain. You can then reveal 5 synchro monsters. What's going to happen then is you're going to special summon Phydralis, so you're going to get a free level 7 tuner. You're going to send one of the synchro monsters to the graveyard. For this example, let's just use Malong. So on the next chain, you're going to be able to target a face-up card your opponent controls and bounce it back to hand. And you're also going to be able to destroy one monster your opponent controls. So it's literally, it's 2 removal effects in one card that also grants you a body on the field that's a tuner. That's a dark tuner, which is the best attribute to have. Can you think of a more custom card, especially in Kewl Tune? They can run this for free. It's literally free in their deck. The next card is Kewl Tune Back to Back, which is a level 10 Fiend Synchro monster. Let's read the first line of text, why don't we? The levels of monsters your opponent controls are increased by 2. Why are we giving floodgate effects to monsters that are easily synchro summoned? Couldn't tell you. Your tuners can also make a second attack during the battle phase, and then when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one tuner in your graveyard or banishment, except a level 10, add it to your hand, and then special summon it, and then you can perform a synchro summon. So it's a quick synchro, it's recursion, it's going to trigger your other Kewl Tune effects, but it's also literally just a walking floodgate on a 3200 body. So, I mean, in a game of bodies, which Genesys is, I believe, Kewl Tune is getting something that inherently floodgates your opponent. If they're playing an XYZ strategy or a synchro-based strategy, increasing their levels by 2 it might just win the game on the spot. But also with Fedralis, you're going to be able to remove 2 bodies if you want to. And then Rotary, I mean, it's perfect hand knowledge, like I've already said. I don't know what else this deck could ask for. So let's look at a potential deck list. Holy shit. I mean, look at it on the left. That's insane. You can play 3 Rico, 3 Q, 3 Mix, 3 Rotary, a Clip. You can play more if you wanted. Maybe cut down on some hand traps. Red Nova, I don't know if they still play that, but I threw it in anyways. And then you play 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 non-engine. Including 3 of the best hand traps in the game, in being Fedralis and Orange Light and Green Light. You could even exchange the Veilers out for Nibs if you wanted to, and Nib is probably the best hand trap, the best pointed hand trap in Genesys that you can play for pretty cheap. They can also play 3 of their quick play spell for 30 points. They can also play Zaylin in the extra deck and Malong in the extra deck. I mean, this deck is insane. It's genuinely so busted. I've been testing it online. It just wins games in like 2 card activations. On the right is an example of a completely legal hand in Genesys format. You have a starter, an extender, that can also act as a targeting negation dodge. You have your option to negate either a spell card or a monster card. And you also have probably one of the best hand traps that we've ever seen printed, especially for synchro-based strategies. Fuck. I mean, we're in for it. This is an example Endboard that I put together. It's a super basic 1-card combo. You can probably do a better Endboard if I'm being completely honest, but this is the one that I've been defaulting to. And it looks manageable. It looks very manageable, doesn't it? I mean, you end with 4 cards on the board. What could you possibly be doing on your opponent's turn with 4 cards on the board? Well, let me tell you. On your turn, you are activating Kewl Tune Rotary, which is going to give you perfect hand knowledge, including a search that you can chain block. You're also going to be activating Q, which is going to rearrange the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, banishing one and either putting the other on the bottom or the top. And if you put it on the top, 2 + 2 = 4. You now have perfect hand knowledge of your opponent's starting 6 cards. Also, Q can summon any tuner. It's not just a Kewl Tune tuner, it's any tuner. That's how it's worded. Blink if you know a couple busted tuners that this can summon. Thankfully in Genesys, I don't know if you can summon any really good ones, but in advanced format, it's going to be a problem. You might be thinking, that's not too bad on your turn. What could they possibly have on my turn? Well, let me just tell you. In the combo, you're going to be searching Kewl Tune Clip, which is a quick synchro during your opponent's main phase. It's also a random extra deck grip once it's used for synchro's material. Rico is a spell trap pop. Mix is a monster pop. They're going to have Kewl Tune Synchro Set, which is a search plus a quick sync, so it can dodge targeting. Kewl Tune Remix, I don't know if you've played Advanced, but it's essentially Yummy Way. It's going to summon 2 back from the graveyard and then immediately perform a quick sync, triggering Kewl Tune effects and potentially even floodgating your opponent. Loudness War is going to copy an effect in graveyard. RS is a targeting negate, and it also floodgates your opponent. It floodgates them out of, I think it's 1700 or less attack, and their levels are increased by 1 instead of 2. Yeah, who cares, dude? It's still floodgating XYZ and synchro-based strategies. just in and of itself. And it's also a walking, like, at bare minimum 2900 body that can target a card and negate it. I forgot to put Kewl Tune Crackle on the other slide, but this is a new Synchro extra deck monster that they get access to that is going to rip their extra deck for 1. You get to look at it, rip 1 until the end phase, and then if it's used as synchro material, you get to rip 2 more. So it's a 3-card extra deck rip that you get to look at it. So imagine you're playing Dark Lord. They can rip your 3 Evening Stars probably before you can even get to them. So I mean, that in and of itself is insane. They're going to have Kewl Tune back-to-back, which is a quick sync and a floodgate, like we've already talked about. And they might even have Zaylin, which is an in-chain Omni-negate, kind of similar to Ryziel Cross. That's also not including any non-engine they might have, which is, again, like we've talked about, could be Valor, could be Nib, if they work through your board, could be the Heralds, and it could be God himself, Phaedralus. So the consequences of this format. I don't know if anyone has played in a Tier 0 format, but they can be kind of rough on both ends of the spectrum. While the mirror might be cool, anyone who isn't playing the Tier 0 deck is going to side in and main deck hate for it. So we're going to see a huge, massive meteoric rise in Soundproofed and Dimensional Fissure. Soundproofed, I wouldn't be surprised if people start main decking it if the next points list doesn't hit Kewl Tune enough. Just says neither player can special summon a synchro monster until their next end phase. So, I mean, yeah, fun. Dimensional Fissure, we're already seeing a lot of play. I think we're probably going to see even more of it because you can do your combo and then you can activate it at the end of it. Past the turn, it barely affects you, but for the Kewl Tune player, it kind of turns off all of their effects because they only activate if they go to the graveyard. If they get sent to the graveyard as synchro material, then they activate. So if they get banished, they're not going to be activating. Also, Kewl Tune is able to play Gravity Collapse. Konami, please, for the love of God, put 100 points on this card. It's totally deserved. I know that they're going to make the argument that XYZ decks have XYZ Unbreakable Barrier, and Fusion decks have that one Fusion Omni-negate by banishing a Fusion monster until like 2 standby phases. They're not the same. They are not the same. An Omni-negate versus something that says negate a summon, destroy the monster, and your opponent can't summon a monster until the end phase. They are not the same at all. One is inherently better than the other. And guess what? Kewl Tune can play it. Points wish list. Pretty cut and dry. It's a lot of hits to Kewl Tune. I mean, as you saw earlier, they can play a ton of non-engine currently. It just shouldn't be allowed. And dare I say, you shouldn't be allowed to play all of the names. I think Rotary needs to go to at least 10, which would absolutely tell them, if you want to play one, you can, but it's a lot of points. Rico should be anywhere from 3 to 5, maybe even 7. I mean, it's the best starter in the deck. Centurion Primera and Trudea, shout out Wriggles. They have like 1 or 3 points on them. If those have points on them, Rico should have points on them. And then Q, I think it should move up from 6 to 10. A 4-point addition is fine for this card because it gives you hand knowledge and it gives you deck knowledge immediately. And then back to back, I mean, if they want to put this at 100, I wouldn't be too mad because it's a floodgate. It's a floodgate that hits XYZ and synchro-based strategies, which are the most prevalent strategies in Genesys, really hard. So I think they should put it to at least 20, but if they put 100 on it, which I don't think they will, I wouldn't be mad. Other non-Kewl Tune cards that I hope get points is Phaedralus. I think it will get more than 20 at some point, but with the Blazing Dominion points list that's about to come out, I think it's going to at least get 20. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So people can have a chance to kind of toy around with it and play with it. But I think it'll go up to probably like 30, 40, somewhere around there after that. The Heralds, they're an issue. They're already an issue. They're winning games outright. Some of the games at my local scene we're just throwing Heralds at each other, and whoever's Herald resolves first, they normally win the game. But they've been in a lot of YCS topping deck lists. They're everywhere in regional pods. They need addressed. Gravity Collapse is the easiest 100-point card in the entire game. It's very obviously better than the other two counterparts to it. It needs 100 points. And then Di-Fi, I wouldn't be mad with 100 points. I don't think Konami's going to put 100 points on it because they're going to make the argument, which is sort of valid, that you can remove it. You can MST it or Cosmic it, or any other spell trap removal it. And so there is some form of counterplay to it. But with that, that's going to do it for me today. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, there's going to be a lot more Genesys content coming out from this channel. I appreciate you watching until the end. If you could, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what I missed. If I'm an idiot and I missed an effect, or if you think the points list is going to pan out differently, let me know. I'd love to start a discussion. But with that, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.